days in the Round Barn Banquet Center in Champaign, Illinois, bringing you insights on the youth sports scene in this area. Orthopedics Associates of Central Illinois presents the Sideline Sports Authority with your host, Jeff Broadway tonight. Also joining us tonight is Mike the Rain Man Clem. I'm your announcer, Steve the Professor Benoit. Tonight, our guests include the Westville Tigers basketball team and Prep Athlete of the Week, Blue Ridge Knights basketball phenom Brent Roach, and much, much more. And now, let's go to the sidelines with the Rain Man and Broadway. Take it away.
Oh, you need a tune-up or something. What's the problem? Huh? I'm just glad we got all those Tiger fans out there. How about it? All for you, my friend. And there's a basketball phenom in the house. You know who that would be? A basketball phenom. Who would that be?
That would be Brent Ruck of Blue Ridge High School, and he is a great, great story. He's having a monster season.
He's got a monster daddy, too. You ever see him? Big guy.
Hey, he's a good man, though. He is a good man, and we're going to
listen to cheer up here, and I think he took it, and I'm not saying anything. It's up to him. If he wants it, he can have it.
Bruce Barber, not
He's
here.
Gone. Hey,
Barberman,
how about Barberman not being here? Let's hear it. Yeah. That's how much we need him.
Well, Broadway, just to run things through, the team that we have tonight, we've heard from a very, very good turnout here at Famous Dave's Restaurant in Champaign. The Westville Lady Tigers just having a great run, coached by Sean Skinner. A big weekend victory over St. Joe Ogden High School.
I think it was Monday night, I think they take. Wasn't it Monday night you guys got him? Yeah. He's been an anchor man for less than a year, and he can't remember a thing about sports.
Oh, no, I consider Monday part of the weekend.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I'm still not functioning.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm
sorry.
No,
that was a great victory for the Lady Tigers, and we'll meet the team and the players. They've won more than 20 games this year. I believe they're 23-1. That's impressive. That's impressive. And then, of course, we'll hear from Brent Ruck, and so many great stories going on the prep scene and of course on the college scene. Broadway, you know, the Fighting Illini are just
fun after those games, aren't you?
Oh,
huh?
they're rocking and rolling.
Huh?
They're rocking and rolling.
Oh, buddy.
22-0. 22-0. I mean, and they've got every first place vote, and you win at Michigan State by 13 points, but oh well, we got time to talk about that. We've got the Lady Tigers in the house. We got Brent Ruck in the house.
We got the best of the best, don't you think so?
That's right.
Cares that he was late. Nobody cares. We'll get you out of here on time. Come on, pick it up.
I'm going to score points. I'm going to mention the sponsors here: Orthopedic Associates of Central Illinois, First Federal, Remax Realty Associates, Tom Kane and Company, Everett Richardson and Rankin Ironworks, Sullivan Park Hill Imports, Aladdin Electric, and we thank you very much.
How about Phil Katsinas? How about Famous Days and Phil? You like that? Yeah. Professor, did you give a big shout out to Big Al? Did you give a big shout out to Big Al? There's a gentleman that volunteers his time for us every week for nothing more than a pittance, because that's all we've got. How about Big Al, our guy?
You're in mid-season form, Broadway.
Gotta believe it, baby.
And we will meet the Westville Lady Tigers right after this break, and then a little bit later we will meet our Prep Athlete of the Week. You're watching the Sideline Sports Authority on WICD Channel 15. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Sideline Sports Authority. We're at Famous Dave's Restaurant in Champaign, and we are joined by 4 members of the Westville Lady Tigers, 23-1, and head coach Sean Skinner. Congratulations, and Sean, I've known you for a long time, and you have been someone that you've earned your way through the ranks as an assistant coach and now a head coach, and I guess, and you were a good high school player, and you went on.
He's not talking about you, is he? Oh, I see that.
No, he was.
He's like, oh, this ain't the same guy. Oh, okay.
But it's not the same thing, playing and coaching, Sean. There's an adjustment period, isn't there?
Very much so. These guys make it look a lot easier than I ever could have, but no, it's not easy at all.
And we have 4 of the Westville Lady Tigers, and let's see if I get them right. On my left, and your right is Andrea Carter, and behind me is Tara Ramsey, and over here standing is Kelly McMahon, and then to Coach Skinner's right and his left looking at home, and that is Jill Mormon. And we have 2 seniors and a junior and a sophomore. So, Andrea, let me start with you. And bottom line is, you know, you put in so much time at practice and games. You've already played 24 games, and What's the best thing about being a Westville Lady Tiger?
Well, you know, with all the hard work that we put into it and all the practices that we've been through from my freshman year, seeing it all pay off and really going somewhere is really important. And that's one of the best things that I could say being a Lady Tiger.
Andrea's a senior, and right here is Tara Ramsey, a sophomore. And just the few things I've heard about your team and read and so forth, it helps to have really good seniors, and it sounds like that your senior teammates are really good. Is that the case, Tara?
Yeah. What to say?
What makes them so good, Tara? What's a specific example that you can think of that just...
This ain't a yes or no question. Yeah.
We'll get back to you. Coach Skinner, what's the best thing about this team? What puts the extra bounce in your step when you go to practice, when you go to games, when you have meetings with players, just anything?
I think the one thing that these guys have done all year, they've shown an incredible focus. It doesn't matter what it is that we're working on, whether it's an offensive play, the opposing team's offense, press breaker, defense. These guys are focused, and that's the freshmen through the seniors. It starts with your seniors. The seniors have taken a lot of pride. They had to play as freshmen, and so they learned right away how important it is to pay attention. Little things, we talk about little things. These guys are focused at all times.
This is a freshman squad that kind of had a flip record. Weren't they like 1-24 or something at one? Is that right? Yeah.
When these seniors were freshmen, they were 1-24. Our three seniors played. They were a part of that team, and so at a very young age, they were thrown into a tough situation, but they've turned it around.
Jill, were you one of those players that went through that season? Yeah. Let's face it, that could not have been easy. I mean, anyone who says, "Oh, you learn a lot of things through losing," well, that might be true, but still, it's hard to go through, isn't it?
Yeah, cause when we play, when we played then, you went into the games not thinking, oh, we're gonna win because you've lost every game, but I don't know.
You've got to learn how to win, don't you? And you've learned very well. I mean, 23-1. And when was there a specific game, Jill, that you kind of felt like, hey, we're going the right direction, or was it just kind of a collection of games, or was it maybe something in the off season?
I don't know. I just think that as the years progressed, when we started doing our weight program, and I don't know, we just started coming together and playing good. So.
The one person we want to ask real quick before we go to break, Kelly McMahon. She's a junior, and Kelly, you're coming off a tremendous win over St. Joe Ogden. This is another team that's won more than 20 games, and is that your biggest win of the season to date?
I'd have to say that win or the county win, just winning the county. But with the competition that St. Joe has and their caliber, it's one of the best wins we've ever had.
All right. Now, Tara, by the way, it's okay to be quiet and everything, but real quick, how much fun is this season?
Really fun.
There you go. Outstanding. We'll meet more of the Westville Lady Tigers right after that. All right, welcome back to the Sideline Sports Authority. We're meeting more of the Westville Lady Tigers. Coming up a little bit later, our Prep Athlete of the Week, Brent Ruck from Blue Ridge High School. Broadway, you having fun?
Oh, I'm telling you, this is, something, before we get too far in the show, I got to tell you right now, you guys showing up early, coach listened to instructions, and I want to tell you something. We as a group appreciate you. Give yourself a hand for the great job you've done.
Coach Skinner, let's talk about this, and let's ask some of the players. Another group of players. This is Whitney Farrell right over here, Danielle Goff, Vanessa Martis is over here, and Kelsey Russell. And let's talk about this. The attendance at your home games, and I'm sure on the road, has been very good. And let me ask you, Whitney, what does it mean when you come out for warm-ups? And you see a crowd like that.
Do you guys have a pregame ritual, do you shine coach's head or something before you run it? Anything like that? No? No? Okay, I just checking.
Daniel, I got a feeling there's a rule. We don't make fun of Coach, do we? No. He's the head coach. He's in charge. Okay.
The same guy that was 1-24 now is a king. Did you have hair back then? When you were
I did.
You did. What happened? Let's see what happened. There's a price to pay for success, isn't there? Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, in all seriousness, you played football, both high school and collegiate. I know you played other sports in high school, but playing football compared to coaching girls basketball, is there a difference? If so, what is it?
Oh boy. Well,
or are student athletes, period?
I think the biggest key is if you can find student athletes who are going to be committed to what you're trying to do, they listen to you and they believe in you, then good things are going to happen.
Are your kids buying into something now they weren't buying into 4 years ago, or what do you think happened there?
I think the biggest difference was they were given the opportunity to buy into something, and they saw, they believed in it, they've committed to it, and it's paying off for them.
Let's ask Whitney again. 3 seasons ago there was one win. I know you're a junior, but it's something. If you had any advice to give someone that is out for sports, that is on a team that's not doing well, what do you say to them to hang in there and turn things around?
Just keep working hard and never give up.
It's good advice. And Daniel Goff behind me right away. What is the best thing about being part of this team? Brag on your teammates. Tell me why you like hanging around your teammates.
They're just a lot of fun to be around. They're hardworking. I don't know what else.
Is this a tight group off the court as well? Do we have a lot of folks that hang together and do different things when they're not?
Yeah, they are. And I think that's another reason why they're having success this year. Not only on the court do they like each other, but away from the court, they're there for each other. So yeah, definitely. And
Vanessa Martis, who's over on Coach's right and his left at home. And Vanessa, we asked one of the other players the previous segment about the St. Joe Ogden game, and let's face it, you want to take them one game at a time, but you knew going into that game that was not just any other game, and to win against the Spartans, how big was that?
It was really huge because knowing that it was our senior last game, our home game, and just the atmosphere was just tremendous by our fans and everything, and we just knew that we kind of got to them, and they were nervous, and we just kept our heads up and played our game, basically.
Right. And Kelsey, let's talk about the fans. I mean, we'll see some shots during this show. Lots of orange. I mean, the U of I is not the only place.
Somebody walked by earlier and thought it was a Illini night. I got tickled.
Right.
Seriously, someone looked, that's the Bruce Weber show. Yeah, right.
What does that mean? What does that mean to have fan support like that? I mean it.
It's really good. It really boosts our confidence, and it's just nice to know we have people behind us. And when we win, it just feels even better when we have people with us.
That's a good point, Coach Skinner. That's like starting a game 10-0, Westville Lady Tigers out in front, isn't it?
Definitely. The environment that they created on Monday night was, I've been coaching 9 years, by far the best girls basketball environment I've ever been a part of. Really? And if we could get that every night, I think these girls are going to continue to do great things.
All right, let's ask on the other side. Whitney, I know that all of you want to get better. And real quick, what do you got to do to get better to get to the Class A state tournament?
Just keep working hard and never stop playing your game.
All right. Great job.
Coach, one thing if you had to tweak it right now and say, my job is done for the rest of the year, what would it be? Just one thing if you had to tweak it, what would it be?
If you told me they were going to play hard and play together for the whole 32 minutes of every game, I could probably walk away and they'll be just fine.
Right. And how many people want that? Yeah!
The Westville Lady Tigers, they're 23-1. Congratulations to Coach Skinner. We will meet the team a little bit later on, but coming up next will be our Prep Athlete of the Week, Brent Ruck of Blue Ridge, when the Sideline Sports Authority continues right after this. Congratulations and thanks again to the Westville Lady Tigers. Broadway, what a neat group.
I'm telling you, if they don't go, there's something wrong because they've got everything it takes. They've got good team chemistry. They've got talented people. They play a lot of people. And I think, something, the guy at the shaved head, he's not a bad coach either.
Oh, he can coach.
He's not a bad coach.
He can coach it. Yeah, Sean Skinner can coach. And Sean's a guy, though, he says if you have good players and good young people, it makes the job a lot easier, and he obviously does by talking with them. I want to mention real quick with them before we get to our Prep Athlete of the Week.
They got some record busters.
Right. Andrea Carter is the all-time leading rebounder. She was in the first segment of the show. She was the young woman that was sitting on my left and to your right at home. And then Tara Ramsey, who was standing behind us in the first segment.
Eight rebounds away?
8 rebounds away from the single season mark. So there's a reason they're 23-1.
Rebound is the basis of their team. It's work. It's about work. If you're going to rebound, you got to have a work ethic.
All right. Now, Prep Athlete of the Week. And this is our Prep Athlete right here next to you, Broadway. This is Brent Ruck of Blue Ridge High School. And on my left is his coach, Mike Pope. And I could talk all day about this guy, Broadway.
If you say the word tough, there's a little picture of this guy in a dictionary. This guy has overcome like numerous injuries, and you're familiar with.
I consider them friends. His numbers this year, Broadway: 23 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, 4 block shots per game.
And how many black eyes?
2.
Joe, you seeing this here?
And this is something, first of all, we'll hear from the coach in a moment, but Brent, just so people don't know, how many injuries, what have the injuries been, and what have you come back from? This is incredible.
You
Go
need,
ahead.
you need a pad and something to write with? Huh?
I've had a lot of injuries. My freshman year, I broke my wrist. Then during baseball season, I had knee surgery. Sophomore year, had another knee surgery on the same knee. Junior year, had my left knee done right before the season. And then my senior year, I tore 2 ligaments in my ankle and broke my nose.
Did you play your junior year?
No, I did not.
Did you play your sophomore year?
I played about 15 games.
Are you going to medical school? No? Okay.
Broadway.
If you lose, hey, no, you lose in a contest, you're called a loser. But you know what happens if you finish last in med school? They call you doctor. Think about it. It's something to think about. Come on.
Broadway, he's putting up these numbers. He has not played since midway. He did not play his junior year at all. Played only 15 games his sophomore year. And to tell you how much he means to Blue Ridge, they're 14-5 this year. Last year, they won 1 game. 1 game. So, Coach Pope, Mike Pope, this is a guy who's from the Central Illinois area. He's from Maroa, Forsyth. And, Mike, I'm stating the obvious. How good is Brent Ruck?
Well, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, I wasn't here for that 1-24 season, thank goodness, last season. But, you know, going from 1-24 to 14-5 with the same kids, I think that just, you know, it speaks for itself. I mean, he means everything to our team.
Capsulize a little bit because you've obviously seen other good ball players. You've had an opportunity to coach. Capsulize, what distinguishes him from some of the other ones that you work with?
Well, not everyone's 6'8" and 245 pounds.
Okay.
And,
so you're kind of afraid of him, aren't you?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But, you know, not everyone puts in, you know, all the time that he does. You know, his numbers and everything is one thing, but no one works harder. And, you know, as good as he is of a player, he's a better kid.
What's the strength of his game? Down on the block, a particular post move that's really good, or because he has various post moves?
Anytime we get him the ball.
Just get him the ball. Okay.
Well, Mike, let's talk about that. He's putting up these numbers, and let's face it, opponents aren't stupid. They know you're trying to get him the ball, and so I'm sure that he's been double, tripled, maybe even quadruple teamed. Is that the case?
Yeah, before the season started, he asked me, you know, what kind of numbers I expected from him. And, you know, I told him, you know, 22, 23 points, and he looked at me, you know, like I expect me to say higher. And I'm like, you are going to get 2. I mean, he has 2 guys on him before he catches the ball, and either 3 or 4 after. And the fact that he's putting 24 points a game up it's ridiculous.
You know, Brother, what I love about this, we have the team of the week, the Westville Lady Tigers, seniors who played on a team during their freshman year. They win 1 game. And then we have our prep athlete of the week who comes back from numerous injuries. I mean, this is inspiring tonight. And I think the theme is don't give up. And I guess I'm asking you, Brent, this was not smooth sailing to come back. I mean, this was tough, wasn't it?
It was a little tough. I just got out of rehab probably in July, and I couldn't even touch the rim. And then Coach Pope came here right after the last school year ended, and he had me do a couple exercises. And then he's like, just go in and try and dunk it. I'm like, I can't dunk it, I know that. And then I just jumped up and got it. I mean, he had me doing hang cleans and push presses and all kinds of leg exercises, and it really helped.
Professor does a lot of those too, by the way. You probably can't tell, but he does a lot of those. Let's talk a little bit about where do you get this determination from? Can you point to maybe somebody that you've been around, either somebody in your family, or where do you draw this from, this determination?
Probably my parents. My mom's a really hard worker, and my dad's.
Your folks here tonight?
Yeah.
Can we get a shot of them,
Yep.
Kenny? Okay.
It's a good family. Well, the other thing is Brent has an older brother and an older sister who were good athletes at Blue Ridge High School, and they're also very competitive. And so when you have role models like that, too, that sets an example, too, doesn't it, Brent?
It's a hard standard to live up to. Brian was a pretty good rebounder, my older brother, and Brendan was a pretty good shooter, so you kind of have to live both situations there. So it's pretty tough to live up to.
Mike, can this guy play college basketball?
Oh, he can play anywhere. Like, there's a lot of people looking at him, some Division I schools, junior colleges. You know, we still have no idea where he's going to go, but it's kind of still up for grabs.
One more thing before we go to break, Broadway. 1 game this year, Brent had 39 points, 23 rebounds. 1 game, 39 points, 23 rebounds. That game, Mike, were you just watching there going, he's having a pretty good game? Were you like that?
Well, I think the other coach was looking a little bit harder at than I was. You know, we had 24 points in the first half, and he had 23 of them. So I think they knew where the ball was going, but they just couldn't really do anything about it.
Where do you see yourself next year?
Hopefully in college.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Brent, one more thing. How much more do you appreciate basketball before all, now compared to before all the injuries?
I don't take it for granted. My parents always said, you're going to look back in 5 years and say, I wish I would have tried harder. So I'm just trying to say that I'm not going to be that type of guy that's going to say, I wish I would have tried harder. I'm just trying hard right now.
How are your grades? You go to class?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a smart guy.
Take a look at that.
I'll tell you, this is our prep athlete of the week. This guy deserves it. Brent Ruck of Blue Ridge High School. Thanks to Brent. Thanks to Coach Mike Pope. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Cody, it's time to meet the rest of the Westville Lady Tigers. I'm going to hand the microphone off, and we're going to meet the rest of a very, very talented team that is 23-1 this season.
My name's Aaron Hughes, and I'm a sophomore, and I want to give a shout-out to my parents and my basketball team. I'm Dana Thompson. I'm a sophomore, and I like to say good luck to the varsity and hope they win the rest of the season.
Hi, I'm Kathy Michelin. I'm a freshman. I'm a guard. I'd like to give out a shout-out to the coaches for what a great job they've been doing and the varsity. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Kayla Whittington. I'm a freshman at Westville High School. I'm post, and I'd like to give a shout-out to my dad.
Hi, my name is Desiree Pill. I play post, and I'd like to give a shout-out to my family and friends.
I'm Candy Lewis. I'm a freshman at Westville High School, and I'm a post. I want to give a shout-out to my brother Davey, my sister Brandy, and my gorgeous mother.
Hi, my name is Gracie Stefanik. I'm a freshman. I play post, and I'd like to give a shout-out to my family.
I'm Melissa Reedon, and I'm a post for the Westville Lady Tigers, and I just want to tell the Tigers to keep doing what they're doing and say, hey, Mom.
Hi, I'm Kendra Guy, and I'm a freshman, and I want to give a shout out to my mom and family.
Hi, I'm Megan Goodlove, and I am a sophomore, and I'd like to give a shout out to my family and the Westville Lady Tigers.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Westville Lady Tigers. And we'll be back to meet the coaches right after this.
Nice job. Nice job.
Meet the Team session is brought to you by Aladdin Electric. And I have here, you can't have a team without a manager, and you can't have the manager without the man. What's your name?
I'm Tyler Ramsey. I go to Westville High School. I'm a sophomore, and that's it.
And I understand you're related to someone on the team?
Yeah, Tara Ramsey.
Okay, what's she really like? That's twin sister, right? So that's got to be kind of irritating, isn't it?
Yeah, we like to fight all the time. She's really good at basketball. I mean, I'm glad I have a sister that could play basketball. I mean, she has a lot of rebounds. She scores a lot of points during the games.
Is she getting all those points on you? I mean, you guys playing one-on-one out in the court and all this stuff. She's just facing you.
No.
Tell me how it really is. I mean, you take her to town every day, don't you?
I wish.
Well, now we have, I know, a very key member of Coach Skinner's coaching staff, and that is assistant coach Courtney Dudley. And Courtney, bottom line, how much fun are you having with this team?
We're having a lot of fun. They're a good group, and we enjoy every practice and every game and every trip home and everything. They're a good group.
And Sean, you've been an assistant, are an assistant in other sports, so forth. You lean on Courtney a lot, don't you?
Most definitely. We got to give her all the credit for our post. She does a tremendous job with them. And our junior varsity is 14-3, so they're having a great year too.
They certainly are. And I know, Sean, there's another key part of the Westville Lady Tigers' success. They're probably the shortest members of your team, but they're a big part of your team as well in heart. And I believe we're going to have them come on here. Sean, you introduce these three?
This is Shane, Tyson, and Todd. These are our three guys right there.
How old are they, Sean?
Shane is 8. These two guys are going to be 5 in a month.
In all seriousness, Sean, after an intense game, when you come home and you see your wife and your kids, how does that put basketball in perspective?
It puts it in perspective real quick. It's real quick. And whether we're 1-24, 24-1, they're the ones that you come home to. They're the most important thing. And but our girls are great with them. They take care of them for us, and so we're very fortunate.
Now, Mike, I do want to point out, Coach, could you just come here for one moment? I was noticing as Coach was walking in the door what a ruggedly handsome individual this man is. And I'm not just saying that, all right? I'm not just saying that. I mean, I was attracted to this man when he walked in. It was magic. But Coach, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and take your sons over here, and we're going to call up the real boss of the family. You know, she was acting all shy when she got up here, but you know you really wear the pants in the family, don't you? You tell them what's what, don't you?
Yeah.
What's it like? Can you describe a typical season for us? What is it like to have Coach at practice every night and then coming home late and saying, "Where's my dinner?" You know, things like that.
It's good up until about now. I'm tired.
You're tired?
I'm very tired.
What about him? He's out there working. The girls, they're up and down the court all the time. Is it time to call Dr. Phil?
No.
Well, there is, behind every successful man is a strong woman, and I can definitely say that you're one of those strong women. You give support to your men, and I'm sure you give support to those ladies. So we want to thank you as well. Let's hear it for her. And we'll be back with more Sideline Sports Authority right after this.
We want to thank the Westville Lady Tigers team for being here, and also Brent Ruck of Blue Ridge, our prep athlete and prep team of the week. And also thanks to the sponsors, Orthopedic and Associates of Central Illinois, First Federal, Remax Realty with Tom Kane, Rankin Ironworks, Everett Richardson, Sullivan Park Hill Imports, and Aladdin Electric.
And we need more sponsors.
We do.
We need more.
We do.
And we'll have a little Bruce Barber, Bruce Barber 35 at yahoo.com. They'll have that on the screen. You can contact him if you're interested in the sponsorship. Or if there's a team out there or an athlete that you'd like for us to feature, again, Bruce Barber 35 at yahoo.com. We'll
or
pick
if
that
you
up
want to date Broadway.
Don't start with that. Don't start.
Because he's dead sexy.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Time to predict some games.
Before we do that,
okay.
Dreamscape Productions, a big handout to the folks right here in the Nerve Center.
Yep.
And we got a new person with us, Shay Mack.
Yeah.
Give away, Shay. Give away.
Time to predict some ball games, isn't it?
I think the Tigers got a pretty big game coming up. I think it's tomorrow night, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Is it Armstrong Potomac? I think they're playing.
Uh-huh.
I got a score. You got a score?
I got a score. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going with the Tigers. 54, Potomac 8. 54-8. Skinner loves defense. Yeah.
What do you think, Professor?
I'm not too far off with his mark. He asked me to come up with a legitimate prediction this time around. I say Tigers 75. Trojans? Trojans
to you, Trojans to them, yeah.
New lips, checking them out for a friend. All right. Trojans, 3.5.
3.5. All right.
See? They had their foot on the line on the three-pointer. They had the foot on the line. What do you got there, Rain Man?
Andrea Carter and Tara Ramsey will combine for 47 rebounds in that game.
Oh, get out of here.
And Westville will win 54-2, and Armstrong Potomac gets their only 2 points on a pair of free throws on a bad call.
And Skinner, blow it up. Skinner resigns because he realizes he's no longer needed. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Did you guys have fun meeting them tonight?
I'm telling you, one of the best we've had in all the years that we've done it. This is what, year 8 for me, year 5 for you. You may not be renewed. You keep coming late. You kind of upset us. You know what I'm saying? No, it was legit. Yeah. We'll get the rest of the bond money when the show's over. Okay. All right. Okay. You folks out there, just please remember this: our team supports your team. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks for watching.